Hey TechnoStuds! Internet Protocol Security, or IPsec, was created to start securing communications across the internet. In this video, let's take a glimpse into what IPsec is all about. The first thing to understand is that there's not just one standard out there for IPsec. Instead, it's a lot of different concepts and a lot of different protocols that are all rolled up into one concept of protecting IP traffic. In fact, this site right here lists out the IPsec and related standards. And as you can see, there's a lot of different standards that all roll into this idea of IPsec. And when you're configuring IPsec, there's a lot of decisions to be made on how you're going to configure it. A lot of selections. Here's some of the selection of how to set up IPsec, and we'll go into some of the details of this. But really, IPsec is designed to create tunnels across insecure networks, so that way you can secure your traffic between two different locations. One of the first things that you're going to need to set up when you're setting up IPsec is whether you're going to use Authentication Header, AH, or Encapsulation Security Payload, or a combination of the two, so you can choose one of these. Now, AH is really designed more for integrity and authentication, and ESP was originally designed for encrypting traffic. So they serve different purposes, which is why you might want to implement both. Which is what happened, that no one really used AH that much because they wanted the features of both of these. So really they just incorporated into ESP at this point in time a lot of the authentication piece and also the integrity piece. Another configuration that could be chosen is the modes of operation. So here we see the transport mode and the tunnel mode. With this, we see both have the payload and they both have the same layer 4 header here. So that is the same. What the transport mode, we assemble, the first time we assemble and put this together, we assemble it with a layer 3 header that's really designed for IPsec. However, in tunnel mode, we're just taking the packet that already exists and then we're adding the ESP header and trailer onto it. And so it's being tunneled across there. And although authentication header packets look a little different, they also have a similar transport mode and tunnel mode. So once we've chosen the method in which we're going to communicate, we're going to choose what encryption method we're going to use, and AES is very common. We're also going to choose what is going to be the integrity, keep the integrity of this, and SHA is a common one that we choose for that. We choose what authentication that we would use for this, and so maybe it's a passkey that we'd use, or maybe it's RSA, and then we would choose what we'd use for a key exchange. So Diffie-Hellman, maybe one of the versions of Diffie-Hellman for the key exchange. This makes up what we call a Cipher Suite. That Cipher Suite then we would set up on both sides, both the beginning of the tunnel and the end of the tunnel. So then it can establish between these two devices, establish this tunnel, and communication can happen between these networks. And this is one of the most common uses for IPsec, is these site-to-site VPNs.